Right, just got to the parking spot here at the Taylor house. I'll give you guys a nice shot of it in just a second. I'm getting ready to hike up to Buzzard Peak today, so let's get out and get going. Just left the car. It is 3:54 p.m. Trying to make it to the top before sunset, so I should get there about 10-15 minutes before. You park, fill up your water if you need it, then we're gonna start heading uphill. Follow these trails up. All right, so keep heading uphill. You'll find the trail towards the back. That's going to connect us out to a residential area. We got to run across Grand Avenue, only sketchy part of the hike, I promise. Then the rest of it's pretty smooth sailing. Little trail. You're going to come up on a gate. You're going to cross right through the side of it. Come on out into this residential area I was talking about. If you want to get start outside of the park hours, you can park up in the neighborhood over here. We're going to continue to walk all the way down this street. I believe it's Hillside, but I'll put the name in if I'm incorrect. And then we got to carefully run across Grand Avenue. So I've been hiking this trail since 2009, 2010, and we used to be able to park in a totally different area that had a direct access right to the trail. It was awesome, but it got fenced off and they put a bunch of no trespassing signs there. I think it was the residents more so than the city, but we're going to go ahead and respect those signs and park over this way instead. So we're going to run across the street and going to continue on the Shabaram Trail towards Buzzard Peak. Here's a quick look at the sign. Once you run across the street, you'll see some signage and the trail is pretty clearly to the left. Let's start heading up. That first section uphill, always a little bit of a butt kicker. There's a really good climb there at the beginning and one when we get towards the top. Let's keep moving. You can see that's how some of the residents access this trail from their house. As you'll start to drop down a little bit, you'll see these, now there's only one I believe, there used to be a few teepees over here. They had filmed a movie in this section and it was set up as a cool little village, so this is one of the leftovers from that shot. So, after you've gone through that big old field full of mustard, then we're gonna start dropping down until the section that we call the Blair Witch Project. It's kind of cool. You're pretty much covered in all these trees. You're going through a nice tree tunnel. So let's get out and get going. At this point, you're gonna start dropping down into this canyon area. There's a palm tree. And that's our landmark. We call it the palm tree. So, me and my friends have probably hiked this trail at least 1,000 times. Over 10 years though, it's been a while. Anyways, wildlife, we have seen some rattlesnakes. I think 2 or 3. Seen a bunch of tarantulas and a few centipedes. They're always neat to watch, but you see those mostly at night. Seen a couple scorpions, nothing too crazy up here. There are deer, coyotes, and other things that come through here and use this area, but I'd say the most obvious one by the namesake is buzzards. So where I'm walking right now, there's a little canyon, and the buzzards will actually nest and roost in the sides of this canyon, and I believe that's why it's got its name. And when you think about it, it makes sense that the buzzards would roost on the side here. It's very hard to access. And I couldn't imagine there's too many predators that are going to be climbing that hillside looking for him. It's always fun when you're up here and you get to see some of the buzzards flying around. Always makes my day. You're going to continue up the trail. When you turn around and switchback, you're going to see this old cell phone tower. Keep heading in that direction. So I'm standing over by the cell phone tower, and I just wanted to point out a couple things for you. That cul-de-sac you see, you can also park there and run a little ridge to come on up here. And some people will park and kind of follow that fence line up. I've never taken that way, but I do know it's possible. From that cell phone tower though, heading uphill, it's probably one of the steepest sections on the trail here. Probably gets 30 to 40% incline. Take your time, take a break or two if you need it. It's worth going up for though. The view's pretty nice up here. That's where we're headed, up to the top of Buzzard Peak. The best way to reach the summit is to go around it and come up the backside. As you can tell, the sun is starting to set. I think we timed it for the perfect arrival time at the top of the peak. So heading back down this hill now, towards the backside of the mountain, you're gonna see this little saddle before it starts heading back up. You're gonna see a little switchback leading on this little single trail. This is what you're gonna follow up to the top. The sun just set. I'm gonna scarf down a quick bar, hashtag not sponsored. Then I'm gonna head down the trail and get back to the car. Thanks for coming along on this hike so far with me. I'll throw in a few more clips on my way down, but appreciate you guys sticking all the way through the end. Please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. And tell me, what's the first peak that you're going to this year? This was my first peak of 2022, and I can't wait to hit a bunch more. Have a great evening, and remember to get out and get going.